Hey, man, in Florida, if you're a convicted felon, you can't own a legal handgun. You can't be a chaperone at my friend's school because they do a background check. And technically, if you become a felon in Florida, you can't vote. But if you became a felon somewhere else, it depends what the other state does. So you might be able to still vote. I just find that fascinating, don't you? How y'all doing? You good?
That's an interesting point.
Good.
I didn't think felons could vote in any state. You sure about that?
Either.
New York, they can.
Oh,
What?
really?
Oh, it's New York. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I thought so. Little nugget. How y'all doing? Welcome
I
back.
gotta now. I'm gonna have to when we finish. I'm gonna have to do my Googles and find out what state can convicted felon vote in.
What does it matter? Move on.
The thoughts and opinions I'm about to say are not reflective of the Liquid Late Nights podcast, aka GQ and CD don't want no part of this. What's wrong with Ron and why does he hate Starbucks?
Tell us.
He's trying to sue them for DEI violations under his Stop Woke Act. They're going to look at their commission and try to see if, what kind of things have been going in the corporate training of Starbucks and, bring them to
Why?
task.
So you got to think about this guy. So what's his end game?
He's trying to keep his name out there for whatever he's going to do next because he's about to be out of office.
But I was just told by someone the other day that he can run for office again. I thought it was the limits in Florida on the governor.
There is. He can only do 2 terms.
Okay, that's what. Then someone said the other day when it comes to he was having studies, said,
Yeah,
oh, no,
is
he can
he-
run again.
Is he in his second term?
Yes, he
Yes.
is. He barely beat the guy from Florida the first time.
Right.
Andrew Gillum.
Yeah,
And then he
Yeah.
blew out Charlie Crist.
yeah. So now he can't run again.
Yeah, not for governor. So he's either going to try to find, he's already been a congressman at one point, so maybe a Senate seat, depending when Marcos comes up.
So
because-
he's just trying to go as far to the right as he can. So he think he can, hey,
I must have forgot about him as governor when he was running for president. There, I didn't use that time. My bad.
I mean, he was running. It was such a
I
long
know who it was.
campaign.
It was your
He stayed in there so long.
it was your friend who said you can run anytime, and you agreed with her. That's what I remember that conversation now.
Yeah.
The other day, I said, wait a minute, it's a limit.
You're right.
It's a limit.
You're right.
Suspicious.
Anyway,
So what does that mean about the Starbucks thing? They want Starbucks to leave Florida because they can make their money other places. You know that, right?
They make a lot of money, but they're bringing a complaint. It's a 3.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just. I think it's smoke and mirrors. I don't think they're going to do anything. Starbucks isn't based down here. And the law that they're trying to use is the Stop Woke Act, which already most of it got deemed unconstitutional. So I don't really know.
So it really is just
Making some
grandstanding.
noise. He needed something to
Grandstanding.
talk to on when he was guesting on Fox for Sean
to
Hannity.
show how tough he is.
Yeah, he's so tough. Them high heels. Let me tell you.
wow.
Damn, you got love for the bro.
I told you the thoughts and opinions are not of anybody else but mine. But listen, it's Pride Month. I applaud a man who feels comfortable wearing heels on a daily basis. That's all I'm saying.
All right, that was good. That was a good line.
No, they're saying that the way they struck down most of that law was it was violation of companies' First Amendment rights because companies are people
Right.
in the law, in the eyes of the law, and
Corporations are people.
yeah. So he's pushing back and say, "Oh no, dude, we're just saying, we can still act. This is still actionable. We can still, look at what you're doing, make sure you're still giving people an option to opt out of these things, so they're not feel like they're being, looked at because they are a certain less militant skin tone. Blah 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 blah. Again, it's full of mess. But that's the argument they're going to have.
But it doesn't make any sense. So what I'm trying to say is, what's their point?
Yeah, I think the point is just to make some noise because again, most of the law got struck down, so they're going to use that to try to come after these through this already existing mechanism, this already existing commission at the that is in charge of investigating violations of Florida Civil Rights Act. So they're trying to use that to say that people's civil rights are being violated when they have to go through DEI training at Starbucks.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Listen, man.
Next topic.
Listen, I'll just say the man's a moron.